Today I'm sharing a decluttering video on how I transformed this cluttered closet into a functioning laundry and utility room for my Airbnb. To be honest, I kept the door closed on this room for a few months. I even shoved, I know a word organizers aren't really supposed to say, but I shoved a few extra things in there just to have space to use the hallway. But the day finally came when I had to face this closet. And of course, I wanted a laundry room for my Airbnb guest. And I knew there were hookups in this space at one time. Hi, I'm professional organizer Katherine. You'll often find me working in cluttered spaces for my clients and on TV's Hoarders. But in this video, I'm sharing my personal story of transforming my childhood home into a welcoming guest house to ensure this 200-year-old home gets the love and attention it so desperately needs. My mom spent most of her 80 years of life on this farm, and after she passed, the task began of dealing with 3 generations of belongings, filling the home, basement, and barns. My journey began with the challenging process of decluttering each room, sorting through memories, and making tough decisions about what to keep, donate, and discard. By the end of this video, you'll have learned 5 key strategies to transform any cluttered space and a glimpse into the world of a professional declutterer. Even though this was a personal project, I followed the same steps I would have used with a client. The only difference is I try to dress a little better and not have my hair so crazy when I work a paid job, and I had the help of my husband rather than an assistant or a hauling service. Okay, let's kick things off with our first strategy, which is to set up a staging area. This is how all of my projects start, even when I'm working on TV's Hoarders. Here's what I've got: a tarp and table for sorting, a trash can, an extra trash bag, paper and clear plastic bags for donations, and bins and crates for carrying items. I get all that set up before moving anything out of the closet. The second strategy is to empty the space. I mean, every little thing should leave the space. It may seem counterproductive at first, but having a blank slate helps you really visualize how the space can be utilized. I had to empty this closet too to see if the washer and dryer hookups were still there, and of course to have the space to install new ones. This whole space was emptied in less than an hour. A common reason for decluttering projects to fall apart, like they just seem to go on forever and you feel overwhelmed, is that folks try to make decisions while they are sorting. If y'all have taken my courses or watched my videos before, you know I'm always saying sort first and don't get bogged down with all the other details of organizing a space. So this leads to our third strategy, which is to sort by category. This isn't just about organization, it's also about decision making. It's easier to decide what stays and what goes when you see everything you have. The main categories coming out of this closet are tools, camping equipment, and outerwear. I am going to make this easy on myself by keeping this thought in mind. These are not categories that are going back in this closet. So I could delay this decision for another time and still set up my laundry room and open my Airbnb on time. I call this prioritization, not procrastination, but it does go against traditional decluttering advice where you are looking at each item and trying to decide in that moment if you are keeping it. I'm just grouping similar items together, not really thinking too hard. You can do this while listening to music or an audiobook. I'm weird, probably like a lot of professional organizers. I find this a bit meditative. So after an hour or so, I'm ready to get into our fourth strategy, which is to make quick decisions on low priority items. Now that hour was with my husband moving things out of the closet and with me sorting. So if you are working on your own, you may want to give yourself 2 hours for emptying a space about this size and doing the sorting. Since my vision for the space is a utility and laundry closet for a guest house, most of these items are low priority because I don't need them to organize the space. So I'm not going to waste too much time thinking about them. I would like to keep tools that are in good working order on the farm, as well as camping equipment, and I can quickly decide if something is broken and should be thrown out, or in good working order but not something I would use, so those things go in the donation bags. But again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these items because I know too that there are other things in these categories in the basement, barns, and shed. I'm not going to get into any of that before the laundry room is set up, so I can move these items to other places until I'm ready to organize them. Then I'll revisit these categories when I put them in their final location. And lastly, only put away things that fit with the new space. I see this mistake a lot where folks are undecided on something, so they just put it back in the space they are trying to organize. Like if I was not sure what to do with some of the camping equipment, so I just put it back on the shelves in the laundry room. But I would rather leave a space completely functional. So instead, I'm going to set up containers for things like light bulbs, batteries, laundry supplies, trash bags, reusable shopping bags, and other cleaning supplies. Things that I know my guests and I will use at the Airbnb. I don't think I spent more than $30 on organizing products here. I have a few IKEA bins. I didn't buy the undershelf basket or shelf stacker. They were just repurposed from this room or another space. And that's it. This closet looked pretty insane before I started, but after moving everything out and breaking things down into smaller categories, it was pretty straightforward. And I'm so happy to have this space useful and functional for my guests and to manage my Airbnb. Would you like to get paid to declutter and organize? If you want to become a professional declutterer, then grab my free Professional Organizers Launch Guide in the link below this video. If you are decluttering or organizing your home, let me know in the comments below and let me know how things are going. I typically ask for you to let me know what your challenges are or what you're struggling with, but how about sharing what's going really well? How are you just crushing it today? I'd love to know. Thank you for joining me on this decluttering journey today. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it, and subscribe for more videos on decluttering, downsizing, and the business of organizing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.